Aditi's brought to us by Rocket Money. Have you ever felt like your money just disappears each month? It happens fast. A few subscriptions here, an impulse buy there, and suddenly the numbers in your bank account don't match the numbers in your head. Rocket Money helps you get clarity, track every dollar, and stay in control of your finances because managing your money shouldn't feel like a second job. Rocket Money does the heavy lifting so you can save more and stress less. Take control of your finances and cancel your unwanted subscriptions with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon, rocketmoney.com/lockedon.
Aditi was on the call of a game that, in my opinion, both coaches should lose their job. I know Aditi's going to be wild about this. She's going to disagree. I think, obviously, Zach Taylor is arguably the worst coach in the NFL. There's no doubt about that, Aditi. But Harbaugh...
Hang on.
Yeah.
Stefanski or Zach? Which one do you want? Or which one do you
I would take Stefanski over Zach Taylor.
Okay, just checking. Go
so
ahead.
would Aditi. I don't know if she can say it, but I know she would.
I'm covering the Bengals this week, okay?
Yeah.
I got the Bengals.
Don't get her in trouble.
So I'm not agreeing with anything. I'm just listening. That's it.
Although there's part of me, honestly...
Staying silent is not signing off on what you've said.
What's that?
I said staying silent is not endorsing or signing off on what you've said.
I don't want to put you in a spot.
Listening.
No,
the floor is yours.
So, obviously, maybe that's, you'll cheer Joe up because Joe's miserable now. By the way, there's part of me that if the Bengals just traded Joe Burrow, it would make my life easier because then I would never watch the Bengals play football ever again. I would force myself to not be a fan because if you trade Joe Burrow, then the franchise is doomed forever.
Move the team.
It might as well move the team.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Mike Brown is an absolute buffoon. He and Jimmy Haslam are playing for the gold medal in the Buffoon Olympics. Because
Mikey, take me off the screen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
Aditi, what do you think of the Browns?
I am putting her in a terrible spot.
What do you think of the Browns, Aditi?
You just can't help yourself.
Sorry, Aditi, I was ranting. That's all me. Don't blame her for that.
Aditi, what do you think of the Browns?
What do you think of the Browns? You couldn't come up with a better question than that, Mike?
He's trying to get her off doing anything to save Aditi.
Okay, so can I tell like a random family story here, and can you guys give me a little bit of advice on this?
Go ahead.
Palate cleanser upcoming.
This is one of those like parenting advice, marriage advice sort of moments right here. So I think you all know that my daughter was born 2 months prematurely in Cleveland when I was there to cover a game. The Browns, in very lovely, classy fashion, couriered us over clothing for everybody in the family while we were there because we were stranded in stock. Obviously, nobody expected her to be there. And for whatever reason, my son, who P.S. was born in Pittsburgh but is a diehard Bills fan, taught my daughter, because she was born in Cleveland, she loves the Browns. And so now she's 6, and she still says, I love the Brownies, I love the Brownies. And I think I told you guys this a year ago at a game in Denver. I had a conversation with Jane Goodell, Roger, the commissioner's wife, about how there's a piece of me that says, do I actively try to break her of this? Because am I setting her up for a lifetime of heartache? And Jane had said to me, because she is a Bears fan, no, it builds character and it's important to have loyalty and you should always have hope. So I said, okay, like, I'm Switzerland in all of this, right? We've established that my husband is the diehard Steelers fan, the season ticket holder. Yesterday, I'm watching the Dolphins-Steelers game and I make a noise. Like, literally, I'm like, ooh. And he screams at me, what are you rooting for there? All I said was, ooh, but he's that much of a cultist. And it breaks his heart and drives him crazy that Nico, who is now 10 and is not malleable in any way anymore, still loves the Bills 8 years on. Okay, fine. So last week, it was Team Spirit Day at our kids' elementary school, and you're supposed to wear your favorite team's colors on Monday. Yeah. So Nico, of course, puts on his Josh Allen jersey, blah, 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 blah. And Kaya says to me she wants to wear her brown shirt. And for the record, I said, well, honey, you can wear a Pitt shirt, you can wear a Cornell shirt, you can wear a Penguin shirt. She goes, no, I want to wear a brown shirt. So I said, okay. Right. So I helped the girl to get dressed. She's 6, mind you, 6.
Yeah.
Matt sees her, loses his mind, starts yelling at a high volume, what is this? What are you doing? And our poor 6-year-old starts bawling and comes running to me. So she's hugging me, she's holding on to my legs. I'm trying to explain to her that of all the things that matter in life, the team that you root for is not a statement on the human being that you are. There are so many other greater signs of character. Don't listen to daddy. Meanwhile, my Steelers cultist husband is yelling at me that I'm encouraging this, which, by the way, guys, I'm not encouraging anything until you tell my child that she's not allowed to think for herself. Then maybe I'll encourage. Anyway, so she cries for 15 minutes. She goes off to school in her brown shirt. I email her kindergarten teacher that, like, hey, can you just be aware of this?
Yeah.
He, like me, thinks the whole thing is ridiculous. She comes home with a smile on her face, and then all of a sudden, when she's in our mudroom, she says to me, Mommy, I promised I had a good day, but now that I'm in the house and Daddy's here, I think I should take my shirt off. So she takes the shirt off, she puts it in the hamper, and the crazy story about all of this is that the night before, when I had come home from my game and had gone into her bed to kind of like catch up with her about the weekend, she had said to me, Mommy, tomorrow is favorite team day. And I said, yes. And she said, and I was born in Cleveland. And I said, yes. And she said, but the Browns lose all the time, don't they?
Yes.
And yeah, Jason, that was exactly it. So like, I was going to share with my husband the next day that she might on her own decide that she is moving on. But then he created this whole thing. Yeah. So here's the marriage question for you. Oh, is he completely, totally wrong?
This is not.
Do I now start supporting her?
Yeah.
Or is it my job to break her of the fandom? I see G like looking away. He's like,
how many times you been divorced?
A couple of them. Yeah, man.
Hey, Aditi, I don't know how far you want us to go here, but your husband was 100% in the wrong.
Stop.
I shouldn't go any further. I shouldn't go any further.
Says the Bengals fan. Says the Bengals fan who is ready to give up on his team after what, 40 years?
Hey. Well, but here's the thing. I'm an adult. I'm not a kid, right? I'm an adult, and I do this for...
Yes, but am I saving her? Yeah. Am I saving her if she is going to have a lifetime of conflict with her father?
Yeah.
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
Your husband's got to grow up. Let's say that.
Plead the fifth. I'm gonna ask you about
ask
let her root who she wants to root for.
You guys want no part of this.
What is the biggest concern for the Browns last season? Is it the front office, the coaching staff,
fandom? Are they holding on to Kaya's fandom?
Hey man, I'm gonna pray for y'all.
By the way, Nico's gonna be happy because I think the Bills are gonna win it all.
I'm gonna pray for y'all.
They better. It ain't no Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes. They gotta go through. Anyways, back to
it is such a shame. Let me tell you, you guys are so right. It really is so much about the quarterback position, but not even just that. Because Bull, to your point, Joe Burrow, all of his frustration, and I've had some really good conversations with him going back to last year when he was as honest as could be that he was playing the position better than he'd ever played the position, and he'd never in his life been in a spot where he felt that he was playing so well and the team just wasn't following. The team couldn't generate wins, and how difficult that was for him to keep bringing it knowing that they just kept losing. Right. And now, of course, the frustration is just heightened in every way. And he was very honest. He's like, look, 2 of the last 3 years, I haven't been available. So do I really have the right to complain? The quarterback position obviously matters more than all else. Yeah. But you got 2 of the 3 best quarterbacks in the game in Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow out. Now, of course, Burrow missed all those games because he was hurt. Patrick is now hurt. But so clearly it can't only be about the quarterback position. This isn't just Michael Jordan being able to win a game single-handedly, which he really did. Like, he did. His supporting cast maybe doesn't get as much credit. But the Browns have to get the quarterback position correct. And that's the issue here. That's it, plain and simple. And have you seen enough to say, okay, we've got the answer for next year? Is that where you are
certainty,
right now?
For me, obviously there's mixed opinion here. Definitely not with certainty, but if there's not an option in the first round, then they if there's nobody that they can draft because they can't get up high enough or they don't think these guys are definitely the sure thing, then the smart move would probably be to try to move forward with Shedeur, draft offensive linemen and wide receivers. But if they're convinced if they're convinced Mendoza's the guy, then they should go get him.
And here's where I will totally agree with you. And it's a conversation I had with Kellen Moore earlier in the year because we thought that the Saints were going to take, I thought the Saints were going to take Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart thought the Saints were going to take Jackson Dart. And Kellen Moore said, before you plop in a young rookie quarterback, You need to really build infrastructure around him. And so the Saints focused on the line. They focused on shoring up the offense around a rookie. And look, they didn't start Tyler Shough right away. And Tyler Shough has had some success later in the year as the rest of the team has gotten a bit better. So I would not, you saw the Steelers do this a few years ago with Kenny Pickett, right? They reached for a quarterback in the first round. A first-round quarterback always has undue pressure, undue spotlight on him. They had no infrastructure around him. They didn't have a real offense. They didn't have an offensive coordinator who was ready for the National Football League. They didn't have appropriate, mature weapons around him. They didn't have great line play. They didn't have a run game. Set up nothing. Set up for nothing. So I agree with you that it's not only about the quarterback next year. It's about how do you build a team that is ready to put a quarterback in. And obviously there's a million questions here. The offensive line being number one. You have to build from the line of scrimmage out, period. Like, that's it.
Aditi, we take a look at not only that question mark, we got into a lot of different question marks we talked about with Andrew Berry. We take a look at his draft class last year, or this year, current year. You got some hits and pieces and parts that look like they're going to be hits. How do you reconcile the two, though? You take a look at some of the other draft classes, and, there's a lot of misses in those classes. How do you think Jimmy Haslam weighs this option? Because, there may be changes in the front office. Is there some recency bias, or how does he go about trying to figure out how you evaluate whether or not last year was good enough based on some of the other things that you may have missed on?
Gee, I lost the ability to predict what Browns ownership will do when they brought Hugh Jackson back after 1-31 or whatever that was, 1-30. So please don't. Yeah.
Gave him that deal.
So please don't ask me to do that. I have no idea. I don't know. I can't figure that out. I do know that this was a tremendous draft class. I think Carson Schwessinger was one of the greatest picks ever. We don't know what Travis Hunter will ultimately turn into, but if you're having Mason Graham or Travis Hunter right now, how you're assessing what that Mason Graham plus all of those picks versus what Travis Hunter has been able to offer, it was a good year. It was a really good year. And I think that, yes, your whole record matters, but life is about growth and getting better. And so if you look at what was recently done, look at those guys. What Judkins has done, what Fannin has done.
Has Graham been that good? He's fine, but he was the fifth pick in the draft.
He's a rookie.
I know he's a rookie. I'm not.
Okay. Let me just tell you this. Too much has been made about this rookie class, and his big picture work is lousy. Okay. Let me just say this. Myles Garrett is having an absolutely monster year in every way. Myles Garrett is the defensive player that you feel on the field more than anybody else in the National Football League. But part of what helps Myles Garrett is the rest of the line doing its job. So Myles Garrett isn't making up for Mason Graham's deficiencies.
Right, but since
just because Mason Graham doesn't necessarily have super gaudy stats. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying since Malik Collins got hurt, the front of that line has done nothing. They're getting run all over.
You know what? I still think that trade, again, trades like that are evaluated 5-10 years down the line. But I still think right now that looks like a win for the Browns.
They knocked it out of the park. I said that on draft night. They knocked that out of the park.
We'll see.
Do you think it's the darnest thing that every time the Browns end up in like a situation where they can get the top prospects, it's a weak portion of the draft? Like last year, the quarterbacks was weak, and
they had the second pick in one quarterback draft.
This year, the offensive line is weak. Like, what's going on? Like, what is this about? Why can't we just?
This was the whole question I'm asking about my daughter. Are the fates? Are the football gods just aligned against the Browns? Is that it?
No.
Is that where we are?
Let her root for the Browns for crying out loud.
She a ride or die. I like that.
My God.
She going listen.
There's no hey, my children have free will when it comes to their thinking for most things. Most things. Some things are non-negotiable.
If my daughter tried to wear a Wolverine T-shirt, that'd break me.
That's different.
That'd break me.
That's different.
I'm not gonna lie to
you played for Ohio
What
State.
if she enrolls at Michigan for engineering?
That's
So
a
be
much
it.
better
She can't
school.
do that.
That's a much better school. You know how
Don't
hard
tell
it
him
is?
that.
You know how tough it is?
I
to
mean,
go
it
to Michigan?
happens.
Yeah.
It don't.
Yeah.
It won't happen in my house. No, it won't.
All right. Aditi, thank you. We got into some crazy stuff today. I almost got in trouble. You got yourself in
Love you
trouble.
guys. Thanks for having me. Hey,
Shout out
Merry
to your
Christmas,
daughter.
Happy Hanukkah,
Thank
all
you.
of
Yeah.
that.
Same
you
to
later.
you,
All right.
Aditi.
Thanks,
Bye,
Aditi.
guys.